Guys, sorry, I'm pulling my chair out. I wasn't going to do a video today, excuse me, but I've been watching some videos on YouTube and I feel like I have my own opinion that I would like to share. And this involves the topic of people asking for free reborns. Now, I saw Kits to Cradle's Nursery, her video, and right after My Sweet Cupcake. And they both addressed this issue, and they addressed it, they covered everything about, the artist's point of view. And I'm not an artist, but I have my own opinion, and I really want to share it because the topic of, people asking for free reborn dolls, I find it offensive to myself, because I'll tell you, several years ago, I was in a very bad financial and, emotional situation. I went through some trauma, and I was in a place where, I'm not going to go into details, but I'll tell you, if you knew my whole story, I promise you would cry. I'm not going to talk about it, but it was a temporary situation, through no fault of my own. I didn't cause it, but things happen. And I was in a desperate financial situation. I couldn't do things that we take for granted, like order a pizza. Every penny I was able to earn, plus money I had to borrow, when to pay my bills, my mortgage, all that was on my mind was, keeping my mortgage paid, keeping my bills paid, and it was very, very hard. Now, would I have loved to have had a reborn at that time? Yeah, but that wasn't on my mind. Let me just make sure that this is filming. Yeah, we're good. So, I want to just address, just the people who feel that they can't afford a reborn. If you're in a situation like I had been, maybe it's not the time for you to have a reborn, because I wasn't asking people for free dolls during that time. I was concerned about, keeping my life together. That was my priority. So you have to prioritize. As far as mental illness, everybody's different with that. I'm not educated enough to address those people and how deep their mental illness may run. I mean, I have depression, PTSD, I know I'm getting personal, but, common sense for the average person, whether it's, a teenager or a full-grown adult, common sense tells you don't ask for free things. Like, what do you do for a living? Okay, let's say I have a friend or I just know somebody who cleans houses. Would I ask them to, hey, come clean my house every day for a week for free because I deserve it, because, I've gone through these things? No, you wouldn't do that. I wouldn't walk into a restaurant and ask for free food and give them my sob story. That's not what you do. I actually made a few notes, which I never do, but I knew that I had to make some certain points. So yeah, asking for free dolls or free anything is just not okay. Reborns are not a necessity to your life. If you're so impoverished that you can't put food on your table, there are places you can go for that. There are places that will help you with the necessities of life, but a reborn is not a necessity. And the artist who creates the reborn has invested money. I just purchased a kit that I was on a wait list for a while. That was $130 for the blank kit. Based on what I've paid for my glass weighting beads, it's $2.50 a pound to weight the doll. I haven't even started, thinking about what types of paints I'm going to be used, but there are supplies involved and hours and hours and hours. Again, I have not painted a doll yet at this point, but I know, everybody knows that there's a lot of labor involved plus cost. And again, it's not a luxury. I mean, it's not a necessity in your life. If you want a doll so badly and you can't afford a reborn, um, you can get an Ashton Drake doll. You can get a second-hand Ashton Drake doll or Paradise Galleries doll. There are other lifelike dolls. Um, I'll, yeah, there's more I want to say about that, but things that you can do if you're desperate for a doll and you can't afford one, just cut down on things. Turn off your cable. Um, don't get takeout food. If you're getting takeout food, don't do that. Cut corners. Find ways to save money. If you save $5 a week, only $5 a week, put away $5 a week for a year, you can get a decent reborn baby. And if you make that $10 a week, you can quickly save up and have a reborn baby. It may not be a top of the line, prototype artist baby, but you can have a baby. Look around you. Do you have things that you can sell? Part with some things that you don't need. There are so many ways. If you have such a sad story and a reborn doll would change your life, do a GoFundMe. Let your friends and family on Facebook decide if they want to donate money to get you a reborn. But you cannot approach the artist or a seller and just ask for free merchandise. The other thing I want to say is that, there are budget babies, there are cuddle babies. One of my reborns that I haven't shown on camera yet, I bought a cuddle baby. He was my second reborn ever. He cost $60. I didn't buy him because of his price, but I just fell in love with the doll. Now, I'm not saying that you can find a reborn for $60, but you might. Look on Mercari. Look on Mercari every single day. Obviously be careful, check out sellers, but there are reborn babies that don't cost $600. You can get something decent. I bought a budget baby once on Etsy for $125. I love him. He's another one I haven't shown on camera yet. You can have a baby. You may not have your dream baby, but if you need a reborn so badly, there are ways, that you can make changes in your life and actually quickly, have a baby. This little girl is reborn, but the Kinby dolls, that are painted by the original factory and not painted like this, I know that people love them, and I believe they cost $100. Ashton Drake has payment plans. They even have partial silicone babies, and I know that they have monthly payment plans. You can get a reborn without approaching someone who you don't even know and asking for them to give you something that they've invested money, their own money, and hours and hours and hours of their time. So I know that I'm just a little tiny channel and I'm not a reborn artist, but I also know enough about them, and I'm a human being, and so I think that my opinion hopefully is valid, particularly because I did go through such a rough time, and I just find it really offensive that people would ask for such a thing. If you have no clothing, if you have no food, if you're, that destitute, there is help out there for you. But to ask for a piece of artwork, would you go into a gallery and say, hey, I like that one, can I have it? I'm going through a hard time. You wouldn't do that. So why this is even a thing, I don't understand, but I feel so badly for those artists because they're then made out to look like the bad guy when they have to say no, or when they have to put up a YouTube video saying, please stop asking me for free dolls. That's their livelihood. It's art. You don't ask for free art. you don't need it. If you need it so badly, I just told you ways that you can get an affordable baby. But look around your life, see if there's anything that you can cut back on. Turn down the heat, save money on oil or gas, or make little changes in your life. If you're going out and getting a manicure and then asking someone for a free baby, like you kind of suck for doing that. Nothing in life is free. We were all brought up, being told that nothing in life is free, and that's true. That's absolutely true. So do what you need to do and start saving to get your baby, and be grateful for what you have. Get an Ashton Drake doll and love that doll, and pay $30 a month, and eventually, you can have the doll that you want. Everyone can save. If it takes years and years, then it does. But I just want to say that I'm grateful that I'm not in such a bad place anymore. I've come a long way, and I want to just put my 2 cents in, and I'm sure that there's going to be other videos about this besides the ones that I mentioned. So I hope enough people hear this that they will stop doing that and making artists and sellers so uncomfortable, and it's really insulting. It's really, really insulting. It's almost like telling an artist or a seller, your work is really worth nothing, so how about just give it to me? And I'm sorry, I haven't been on YouTube long enough, I feel, to even do a video like this, but it really struck a chord with me because I remember what it was like to not, have my basic needs met, and to worry every single month about, getting my mortgage paid. So, people who are in that situation should not really be thinking about reborn dolls. And, there are so many ways, there are some good dolls on eBay. Again, everywhere you have to be careful and look at sellers and look at feedback and look at reviews. I got a gorgeous baby on OfferUp. I don't think that's the best place to get a baby, but I got lucky. Reborns.com. Look for lower price babies on there, but don't be nervy enough to insult a person by asking for their time and their money for free. And I guess that's all I want to say. So hopefully, I really didn't want to make this video, but it was upsetting me and I needed to get it out. Having been in a bad place myself, and knowing that's just not something that you should be thinking about if you're going through such tough times. That is just not something that should be on your mind, asking people for free reborn dolls. That just seems absurd to me. So I thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I hope I don't get any hate for this video. I have avoided that thus far, and I hope to continue. But I just wanted to chime in and side with the people who are, asking you to please stop asking for free dolls. I agree with them. Don't do it. All right, bye-bye.